Hello everybody, welcome to the Pregame, where I like to look at Chelsea's upcoming fixture and give you all the information you need to know before kickoff. Today's subject, Bournemouth. But before I get into that, I would just like to quickly let you know I'm running the giveaway of a lifetime. At 15,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away 3 King of London lightsabers, courtesy of ownasaber.com. To enter, make sure you subscribe to the channel and check the pinned comment down below. And with that, on with the video. The Pregame is a show I've been wanting to start for a while now. Limitations due to my still out of order PC has halted progress. You see, my big picture idea would be to run 3 shows around each match day. The Pregame, the watch party, and the after party. I've already explained what the Pregame is. The watch party is, well, a watch party for matches, where we watch the game together with a live chat, have some fun, and really get to know the kind of people who support this channel. And of course, the after party, a show that takes place after each match where we discuss the game, go over key moments, news, and react to the post-match reaction online. Chelsea face Bournemouth away for the 5th game week of the season. So far, Bournemouth currently sits 16th in the Premier League, drawing twice against West Ham and Brentford whilst losing against Liverpool and Tottenham. Bournemouth in those 4 matches scored 4 goals and conceded 8, creating an average scoreline of 2-1. They averaged 45% possession per match, whereas Chelsea averaged 71%, the highest in the league. What this tells us is that Chelsea will most likely have the ball for the majority of the game. Now, I know that statement is so obvious it doesn't need to be said, but it does play a role in the way in which Bournemouth will set out against Chelsea, and why it will cause more problems than one might have first thought. The Cherries rank pretty low in terms of big chances created compared to other Premier League teams, 4 in total this season. Only Sheffield United and Burnley rank lower at 3. In comparison, Chelsea have created 11 and scored 5, so in theory, Bournemouth are actually more clinical in scoring from big chances compared to the Pride of London. Bournemouth's top goal scorer so far this season is Dominic Solanke, a 6'2" striker with 2 goals and an assist already. Solanke is the type of striker who you really don't want to provide a silly chance to because he will snap it up. The best course of action for dealing with him is to make simple passes out from the back. Try to limit the involvement of the goalkeeper, as we've seen it time and time again in football where a pass is either underplayed and the striker reaches it before the goalkeeper, or the pass is overhit, the goalkeeper struggles to contain the ball, and the striker steals possession and slots it home. Another strength Bournemouth have at their disposal is the very tall central attacking midfielder Philip Billing. Billing stands at 6'4". His physical nature makes it easier in winning aerial and ground duels against his opponents. In our case, it will most likely be Conor Gallagher and Enzo Fernandez, with rumours floating around that Caicedo will not start in the game, either due to injury or potentially tiredness. Bournemouth do have many weaknesses, one being the amount of fouls they commit per match. Bournemouth currently lead the league in terms of average fouls committed per 90 at 13.3. Bournemouth have already considered 1 penalty this season, and Chelsea attackers are well adept at winning penalties against clumsy opposition. This could be a weakness Chelsea can exploit. So far this season, Bournemouth have fielded the tried and tested 4-2-3-1, a sturdy formation which allows for an incredible level of tactical fluctuations whenever needed. In games, Solanke likes to drop very deep, allowing for more height in the midfield and greater link-up play with the wingers, playing a role further up the field. So far, Solanke has created 6 chances, or 1.5 a game, so keeping him quiet will be one of the pathways to victory for Chelsea. Bournemouth's predicted lineup is as follows: Neto in net with a back 4 of Kirkis, Kelly, Zabarnyi and Max Aarons, who joined from Norwich and at one point was very highly rated, another player to keep an eye on. The midfield pivot of Lewis Cook and Ryan Christie is very interesting. Christie likes to get higher up the field and, on his day, can be very dangerous. In front of them is Billing, Tavernier and Brooks, with Solanke leading the attack. All in all, not a bad side, but it's a team you would expect Chelsea to handle with little issue. I think Bournemouth will look to soak up pressure against Chelsea, looking to spring a counter-attack to try and smash and grab 3 points, and it could work. For over a season now, Chelsea have struggled immensely with scoring goals. For some reason, it just feels alien. Every time it happens, it's like seeing Bigfoot. You can't believe your eyes sometimes. This should have been addressed better in the summer. I've said this before, but I seriously believe Nicholas Jackson was supposed to be one of 2 strikers brought into the Chelsea first team. David Washington was brought in from Santos and has been thrusted into the squad, where he really needed a loan to get regular game time and continue his development, preferably another season at Santos. It seems to me Chelsea decided to spend all the money on the midfield instead of getting a world-class striker like Victor Osimhen, or even spending €40 million on Dusan Vlahovic whilst getting rid of Lukaku permanently. But I digress. Chelsea's predicted lineup is as follows. The 3-4-2-1 continues with Robert Sanchez in goal. I doubt Pochettino would drop Sanchez for Petrovic at this stage. The back three will continue to be Disasi, Thiago Silva and Levi Colwill, with Malo Gusto and Ben Chilwell starting as wing-backs. Emphasis on starting. Gallagher and Enzo Fernandez as the pivot in front of the three centre-backs Raheem Sterling and Cole Palmer behind Nicholas Jackson. In-game, Chilwell will move back into left wing because of course he will. Cole Palmer will sit more centrally behind Nicholas Jackson and Raheem Sterling will attack from the right. In all honesty, I don't like this. In my Pochettino breakdown, I analysed Poch's implementation of the 4-2-3-1, and although this Chelsea squad is a lot different to the Spurs side of the mid to late 2010s, it can still play this system in my opinion, especially with the addition of Cole Palmer. If I was in charge, I would start this. The starting formation will be 4 at the back. There is absolutely no need for a 5 at the back start against Bournemouth. Petrovic starts in goal. Honestly, I think he's miles ahead of Robert Sanchez in terms of shot stopping, especially considering Sanchez has the second worst save percentage in the league at 54.5%. In comparison, Petrovic has an 81.5% save percentage, which would rank him second in the league, second only to Alisson Becker at 82.6. The back four would consist of Malo Gusto, Axel Disasi, Thiago Silva and Levi Colwill starting at left back, but he will not play at left back. For the midfield pivot, I would start Enzo Fernandez and Leslie Ugochukwu. Yes, he's inexperienced, but in a side which will dominate possession and most likely every other aspect of the game, I see it as a perfect opportunity to see how he gets on in the Premier League. He's also Chelsea's only naturally fit defensive midfielder, with Lavia out injured and Caicedo rumoured to be on the bench, and it allows for Enzo Fernandez to act more as a Toni Kroos type player. Behind the striker, I would choose Mudryk, Cole Palmer and Raheem Sterling. If you want to see the best of Mykhailo Mudryk, and we've seen all the clips of him at Shakhtar, you have to, and I mean you have to start him against Bournemouth. It's the perfect game to regain some confidence, even if he doesn't score. Getting a start shows the manager trusts him, he has his back, he'll feel less clouded, and he'll begin his true journey to greatness. If I see Ben Chilwell playing at left wing over a left winger again, I will cry it's that bad. Cole Palmer needs to start goal threat. He was brought in for a reason, and Raheem Sterling has started this season on fire. Let's keep it that way. Up front is Nicholas Jackson. Although he's had a relatively poor start to the season compared to his preseason form, the only thing we can do is give him time and help him settle into the Premier League. I would, however, if Jackson is having a rough game, give O Presidente half an hour of football. He's here now, we may as well see what he's got. If Caicedo's up for it, he can come on off the bench for Ugochukwu, pretty simple swap out. So, we know the tale of the tape, but what will be the score when the final whistle blows? Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I smell another 1-0 loss. With Pochettino's predicted lineup, I just don't see enough goal threat going forward against a team which will most likely sit back and hit us on the counter-attack. There are some Chelsea fans who are already turning on Pochettino, and that was always a possibility. It was very important for Pochettino to have a strong start to the season to win the support of the Chelsea fans, considering he's a former Spurs manager. This has not been achieved, unfortunately, for him, and decisions like playing Ben Chilwell at left wing only adds to the negativity. This is a really important game. Poch has had 2 weeks to prepare for Bournemouth. To lose would be catastrophic. I can't believe I'm saying this, but if things continue like this, we may see Pochettino out the doors by Christmas, and with both Julian Nagelsmann and now Hansi Flick, who's been spotted at Stamford Bridge previously, available, never say never. What I will say is Hansi Flick is one hell of a coach, and coaching a national side versus a club team are two completely different things. Flick's Bayern Munich was one of the most dominant football sides in history, certainly one of the best Bayern sides in history, second only to Pep Guardiola's Bayern. But 1-0 Bournemouth, that's my prediction. And that about wraps up the pre-game. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your prediction in the comment section down below. Those who predicted the right score will get a special shout out in the after party, so make sure you don't miss that. As always, I've been The Quick Take, and I will catch you on the next one. See you later.